It's crazy to me that I never realized the biggest twist that M. Night Shyamalan has been doing to us throughout each and every one of his movies, good or bad. I really can't believe this. It's such a mind-blowing revelation. M. Night Shyamalan, you smart son of a. What up, people? It's your boy Marv Lack, and this is Nerds in the Hood. Today is another fun day, y'all. I hope y'all having a good weekend. This is a nice little Saturday edition. We do this show anytime we feel like it, but we want to make sure that y'all know we out here doing our thing on this show, or I'm out here doing our thing on this show. This is, I don't even know what I'm gonna call this anymore, because this is my, what is this now? 1, 2, 3. This is my fourth movie review since the reboot of Nerds in the Hood. All thanks to the Movie Pass. I don't know if I'm gonna call this Movie Pass Movements or Movie Pass Mayhem. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. If you got a better idea what to call it, hit me up in the comment section. DM me on my social media. Just hit me up. Let me know. But anyway, it's good right now. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. You know, we got big things popping this weekend. SummerSlam, WWE SummerSlam coming on later today. Simone Biles just won another gold medal. She is cooking the competition. The U.S. men's Olympic team just cooked Puerto Rico. Boricuas, not today. But Damian Priest going to hold y'all down later today if he wins. So it won't be a total loss altogether. And my Yankees is about to come on in a little bit too. So I got a lot to do. Got a lot of spring cleaning to do in my house, summer cleaning. But anyway, I need to talk to y'all about a movie I saw yesterday. Thanks to that Movie Pass, AMC, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Give me that commercial with Nicole Kidman. I ain't win an Oscar, but we could tag that. We could get that going, you know? Anyway, I saw the movie Trap. That's right. I saw Trap. And no, for all you hood people, it had nothing to do with the band, though. It had nothing to do with selling that yay or doing that work. But it was an interesting movie about being trapped, basically, in a situation that he had to, the person in this movie had to get out of. Now, as you saw in the intro, I have noticed that this is another movie written, directed, and actually an appearance by M. Night Shyamalan. This man, we can say he's a legend, but not for all the right reasons, you know? His track record, to me, is not the greatest. Now, there are several movies that are his best works, and we know what they are. We know it's The Sixth Sense, we know it's Signs, we know it's The Village, and we know it's the Unbreakable series, even though 2 out of 3 of them were good, which was Unbreakable and Split, and Glass was okay. But we at least know that those movies were good. Now, what we don't realize is that most of the movies, if not all of them, have some type of twist scenario where he tries to like bait and switch you, basically, like you didn't see this coming. Sixth Sense did the greatest work of that to this day, because they had Bruce Willis walking around trying to solve something and help a little kid to find out that he was one of the dead people that the kid sees. So that started a whole revolution movement of twists and turns for that man. But it's just, I'm going to tell you guys what the biggest twist is right now with this movie Trap. The biggest twist of the movie Trap is, and you know what? I want you guys to help me with this. I want you guys to see what the biggest twist of Trap is. So do this for me, right? Let's you know what? I got a better idea. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you what this movie did.
A few moments later.
All right, I'm back. Okay, now this is my wallet, right? This is what I use to buy things all the time. My credit card's in here, my debit card's in here, physical cash is in here, right? This is what M. Night Shyamalan did. He took my wallet, and here's the twist. He twisted my wallet like this and twisted it until money started dropping out. Yes, they're coins. Who cares? But he twisted my wallet up until all my money came out. Because this man has been getting us for years. Okay? He's been getting us for years with these trash ass movies. Yes, that's right. I said it. Yes, we had 3 movies that was valid, but this is the first one. I had time to sleep on this and think about this. We have a movie rating system that if y'all haven't known about this, y'all not familiar with this by now, our movie rating system goes as follows. Valid means great. We say it's all right because that's it. It's all right. It's passable. And of course, nah, this ain't it. AKA hot doo-doo, hot dookie trash. This is that bottom one. This is all of that. And then some. And it's not a bag of chips because it's really not that good. This was 1 hour and 46 minutes of my time just being chewed out and my wallet being twisted. That was the twist. The twist was he took my money again. He done got me again. I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep falling for this, man. I don't know how many times. Old wasn't that good. Knock at the Cabin wasn't that good. His last several movies wasn't that good. And it just keeps progressing. This man had one of the greatest cartoon stories in his hands in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And he just tarnished that. We had to wait for The Legend of Korra to feel a little better and get some forgiveness. But not even towards him. Towards whoever gave him the rights to do Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was so bad that the people that made Avatar didn't even want him to call it Avatar: The Last Airbender. They just told him to call it The Last Airbender. Like, yo, keep that man's name out your mouth. That's basically what they did. And this movie is no different. So I'm not going to go on a full tangent and rant about how I'm not a fan of his movies. Because we came here to talk about trap. But what we do know is that this man always makes movies with twists and turns. That's what you came to see. You're like, what's the twist? I just want to know what's the twist. You waiting to see what the twist is. And then when you find out what it is, you're either happy or you are tight. That's one or the other. So this movie starred Josh Hartnett. It starred, like I said, he was in it as well. He had a brief role. It actually had a quick cameo. Even though he didn't play himself, it had the quickest of cameos from Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi was in it for like 10 to 15 minutes, probably less than that, where he played another singer, which was kind of cool. And he sang like a pretty good song with the singer. And making her, if I'm right, her starring role was Salika Shyamalan. She is related to M. Night. I believe she's his daughter. She is his daughter. So Shalika, no disrespect to you or your daddy, but this movie wasn't that great. So she's his daughter. She's done work with a lot of his movies in the past, performing and arts and music and stuff like that. But this movie, she actually plays a role. She has a lot of lines. She plays a very heavy role into the movie. So if you didn't see the trailer by now or the commercials for this movie, long story short, this movie is basically about a man, simple family man. That's how it starts out. Simple family man who brings his daughter to the concert of her favorite artist, his daughter's favorite artist. His name is Cooper. His daughter's name is Riley. Cooper is a volunteer firefighter, and he decides, hey, let me have some daddy-daughter time. Takes his daughter to his favorite concert of her favorite artist. I'm so mad, it got me stuttering right now. Woosah. Okay. Cooper takes his daughter to his daughter's favorite concert series, which is of Lady Raven. That is the name of the artist. Lady Raven is your typical artist that you see in real life. She's like Rihanna or Ariana Grande or Sabrina Carpenter. Any one of those you could think of. This is basically who Lady Raven is. And Lady Raven, I ain't going front. She has some bops. She has some bops. When you watch this movie, you're going to sit there and go, man, she got some bops. If they make a soundtrack of this, I might stream it. So to me, the best parts of the movie was the fact that he was in a concert and he was spending time with his daughter, and you find the first twist. So this is a movie with more or less 2 twists. So the first twist is that you come to find out that they didn't, this whole concert is a ruse, but it's only a ruse to, several people, the performer and her staff and security, the staff and security of the whole concert, the police and the FBI, and the killer. The killer, who is named the Butcher, is actually also Cooper. That is the first twist. You can't act like you didn't know this because these were in the trailers and the commercials. So if you ain't see that, I don't know. You probably don't be watching TV like that or whatever. You don't be on YouTube. But that was the twist. That was cool. And everything that followed was also cool too, because the killer realized that they made this concert to trap him in the concert and make him just basically either give up or get caught by the cops. Now, in your mind, you're like, how's he going to get caught? They don't know who he is. They don't know who he looks like. They don't know what's going on. They just know it's a man, a white man, who is the killer, and they know that they could catch him today. So you think in your mind that most of the movie is about him just trying to get out of the concert. And you think in your mind that the twist might be how he actually gets out of the concert. But I'm going to give y'all a small spoiler. Because this movie came out, I'm not going to tell y'all everything. I am going to say this. Your mans gets out of the concert. You just got to see how. You got to see how. He gets out of the concert without getting arrested. He gets out of the concert without getting shot or getting killed or even getting harmed. But how he gets out of the concert, that's what you got to see. That's the part where you're like, we didn't need to do this. It could have just been a whole movie of him trying to get out of a concert and finding different crazy ways to get out of a concert. Because he did do some crazy shit to get out of the concert. He stole access passes. He disguised himself several different times to the point where nobody was catching on. Like, yo, who is this man? How did they not have cameras where he was like changing and stuff like that? Like, nobody was peeping these things. And there was one lady who was on the FBI task force. I don't know if she was like a captain or whatever, but she was in charge of the whole operation, and she was smart. So it was a game of cat and mouse. It was a chess move. You know what I mean? And those things was cool. And that's why I said if they just kept it to the concert, it would have been cool. A lot of things, there was a lot of plot holes. There was a lot of questions where you go, how? Like, for example, I've been to concerts before. They usually have one intermission, maybe two, depending on the artist. But my man kept getting up out his seat and leaving his 13, 14-year-old daughter just by herself. At no point did this girl run off except once. Like, there was one time she kind of ran off. And even then, she found her dad very quickly in a concert full of people. That blew my mind because I was like, I know I would have got lost. I would have been crying. I probably would have just stayed in my seat. Also, I ain't trying to throw the color game out there, but all I want to say is if it was black people, one, you would have went with your daddy wherever your daddy went. And two, if your dad did tell you to stay in that seat and you moved, your concert is over. That's all I'm saying. Your concert is officially over at that point. But anyway, it's just the twist just kept pissing me off because later, I guess what the real twist was in terms of why this movie is called Trap is all explained. It's just, again, how we got here is not the same as how we started. And to me, in some cases that could be cool, but in this case, that just didn't work out for me. I was not feeling that. This movie could have been something great. It could at least be even something decent, but it wasn't because he just focused on the fact that, like, I just want to catch out a twist. And that's what he's good for. But the thing is, a lot of his bad twists come from movies where the story kind of makes sense. Like Lady in the Water or The Happening or what's that other one he did? Even Old kind of made sense. And then at the end, you're like, what? They was in a lab? Like they lab rats? I don't know. I don't like this. So if you are an M. Night Shyamalan fan, more power to you. Go see this film. You might sit there and go, he done did it again. He's your boy. You might get that feeling. But if you are a fan of like thrillers, this ain't it. If you are a fan of, it's not even a horror film. This is a thriller. If you're a fan of thrillers, this ain't it. If you're a fan of suspense, this ain't it. If you're a fan of twists and turns, this ain't it. This is how I knew the movie was bad. Let me just, because I'm gonna wrap this up. This is how I knew the movie was bad. There was a scene where Lady Raven, who was actually played by M. Night's daughter, Salika, she was with the killer, right? And she is well aware of all that is going on because she had to agree to do the concert in order to catch this criminal. She had to agree. So she was aware of the whole operation, you know what I mean? But there was just a scene where like she's crying, she's trying to like talk him down, talk him out of doing what he's doing. basically try to tell him it's not too late to change. For all you anime fans, she pulled a Naruto. She tried to pull a talk no jutsu because she couldn't really fight this guy anyway. But at a certain point when they were having this dialogue with each other, that's my neighbors. It's just, you gotta just deal with living in the hood. Well, I don't even live in the hood, but whatever. At a certain point, you could hear the audience that I was sitting in. People started laughing, fam. Laughing. They was laughing like we was in a comedy movie. You know what I mean? And that was crazy to me because when you're in a horror movie and you are laughing, and you're not laughing because a joke was said, you just laughing, guess what that means? This movie sucks. That means this movie is trash. If somebody is laughing in a movie where they're not supposed to be laughing, they either sick in the head or they know that this movie is garbage. And 9 times out of 10, it's usually the fact that this movie's garbage. So the fact that I heard people laughing during that scene, I looked at my lady. I said, why are people laughing? She looked back at me. She said, because this movie trash. I was like, damn. She was like, they know why. I was like, yeah, you kind of right. And I tried to downplay it, like, nah, it's all right. But then when I woke up this morning, I said, dang, man, this movie really was trash. Because there wasn't a point where I could wake up and go, man, I'm going to start this review and tell people it's okay, watch at your own risk. It's still watch at your own risk, but it is not that good. I promise you people, it is not that good. My wallet was twisted, ladies and gentlemen. It was twisted. And I need to warn the masses that despite the fact that they did a lot of commercial time and a lot of trailer time and a lot of whatever you want to call it to get people to see this movie, it just was not hitting. It was not it. And I don't really recommend anybody to see this unless you really are an M. Night fan. If you part of the M. Night movement, hey, go ahead. Get that man his bread. Get that man his flowers. Go see that movie. But we all know Signs, The Village, The Sixth Sense, the Unbreakable series, Unbreakable, Split, and Glass are his best films. You can't tell me otherwise. I don't want nobody coming up to me in the streets or writing in the comments, nah, The Happening was fire. Lady in the Water was cool. Nah, The Happening was hot doo-doo. Lady in the Water was not that good neither. I will never forgive him for The Last Airbender. So I need y'all to understand these things. Netflix, y'all got my respect with The Last Airbender. This man does not have my respect with The Last Airbender. I don't hate the man, but no. He told it was garbage. So, again, see this movie if you want to. Don't be mad when you walk out tight and you saw this video knowing I told you this movie was going to be trash. I don't want to say a lot more because this movie just came out, so I don't want to fully spoil it. But I do want to say that this movie could have been a lot better if they just focused on keeping him in the concert and just helping to find a way to get him out of there. Whether he actually got arrested or he got killed or he just made it out on his own. All of those would have been fine. And if there was a twist in between, that would have been cool too. But they kept just pushing a different narrative once he got out of the concert. And it didn't need to go. They just stretched it out. And it didn't need to go. But remember, if you're in a horror movie or a dramedy dramedy, you're supposed to laugh. If you're in a horror movie or a real serious movie and somebody laughing, strong sign this movie is hot doo-doo. Hot doo-doo. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. I could go into further detail, but again, like I said, it would involve me spoiling the movie. And sometimes when a movie's bad, you want to spoil it because you like, I want to save you the agony of the 2 hours I had to go through and just tell you what happens at the end or whatever. But no. Shout out to the people who got the bag to me in this film. Some people you may know, like Josh Hartnett, Allison Pill, Kid Cudi, and some you might not. But it was cool. And shout out to Salika. This is her first starring role. Hey, you're gonna go through, bumps and bruises, but hey, it is what it is. And not everybody starts out perfect. So hope to see you in other films, or hope that you follow in your dad's footsteps and you make good films too. Well, better films than what he's making. But yo, M. Night, man. There's another L on your record, my boy. I don't know who keeps telling this man that he should do this, but no more. Stop it. Please. Stop it. Anyway, we're going to go on that note. We really need to make a name for these movie reviews because this Movie Pass is helping a brother out. But I'm going to be back with another movie review. And I appreciate y'all watching thus far. Everybody who's subscribed, who's liked, who's watched, all of those good things. Keep rocking with us at Nerds in the Hood. NERDZINTHEHOOD. Subscribe, follow, like, comment, all that good stuff. We only going up from here, people. So I'm gonna catch y'all next time. There's no twist here. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. This has been another edition of Nerds in the Hood. Peace.